And a French knot, it looks like this. It's a little isolated stitch that you can use as a center of flowers or to build up other shapes, or just as texture on different things. So to do a French knot, we're going to come up wherever we want our French knot to be, okay? And we're going to hold the thread taut, not super tight, but firm, okay? All right, and this is the tricky part. So I'm going to wind it around 2 or 3 times like that, and I'm going to hold it not super tight. If you make it super tight, it's going to be hard to get the needle back through, but I'm going to hold it so that it doesn't come loose. I'm going to put my thread through. If it's a big knot, you can put it through the same hole. I like to put it just right next to it, and then I'm going to continue holding this thread so it's firm and pull it through. Now the eye of the needle, the part where the fabric is, or the thread is pulled through, is wider than the rest, so it takes a little bit of a gentle tug to get it through. But then when you pull it all the way through, you have this little knot on the back. This particular stitch, on the back with this particular stitch, it's not really worth your time to tie it off and cut it every single time. So this is where I went through the first time, and that's just the length between the 2 stitches. So I'm going to tighten my fabric here a little bit because it came loose when I was pulling, and that's okay. Okay, so let's do that again. I'm gonna do another one pretty close to this one so we can kind of see what they look like in a group. We come up, we pull all the way through, and I'm gonna hold this with my fingers. I'm gonna go around a few times. You could do 2 or 3. 2 makes a smaller knot, 3 makes a bigger one. And I'm holding it, not super tight, not yanking on it, because if it's super tight, it's going to be really hard to get the eye of the needle back through the knot, but not so that it's loose, because if it's loose, it's just going to come undone. So I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to put it back right through there, and pull the thread through, and look at that. I have, now that one was a little looser, and so I have a bigger, looser French knot, and that is okay. Maybe I want a big, loose French knot. If I hold it tighter, it'll make a small one. So one more time. Come up through wherever I want to do it. I'm going to hold it with my fingers. It's hard to do this while holding the hoop up so you guys can see. Sorry, I'm all fumbly. Okay, so I'm holding it with my finger, going around a couple times, and holding it firm, but not super tight, back through the fabric right next to where I came up. That one's going to be a little tighter, I can tell, because the eye of the needle is having to be tugged a little bit. Boop, there we go. French knots. Okay, and again on the back, what you really see is just the original tie-off and the distance between these knots. Now, since there's only a couple stitches and they're fairly loose on the back, I'm going to wind it around several times instead of just once or twice. I'm going to kind of wind it around and go back and forth a little bit with it, and then cut it off. And that is French knots.